himself in foster care because he was in a toxic environment with toxic people and had a real good chance of going in a real self-destructive way, and he created a different path, and it has paid off for him in a big way, and he's very committed to that. You know, your wife Carly's here. Carly, how are you? Ben doesn't just talk the talk, he does walk the walk. You agree with that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. He is a stand-up guy. When we met at my dad's mentoring camp. So we met in 2012, and Ben was mentoring at our family ranch and doing the work. And so when I met him, I didn't know that we would get married and have a family, but here we are. And he is so amazing. He is so awesome. And he is that way with our son, but he's that way with all the young guys that he meets. And so I'm just so proud of him. I'm proud to be his wife. I'm proud to walk this journey with him.
Well, you know, we were talking about boundaries, and that's what I was saying to you guys with your mother. Look, when somebody has created pain in your life and they've been really unhealthy, an unhealthy influence on you, and they could spread that to your children too, you really have to put up some barriers and say, look, I'm willing to take this a step at a time, and you can't even take that step until she has shown there's a good faith basis for you to take that step. Right. If she continues, you know, I asked her here, do you want to be a right-fighting victim, or do you want to be happy? Because she's still defending what she's done in one breath and confessing that it's not right in the next. And that's why I said she has a distorted way of looking at the world, because she's been through some things that you can't understand unless you've been through them. I want to get her some help with that. And I've buried both of my parents, and when they're gone, gone. So it's worth the effort. I want to thank all of my guests today. A special thanks to Ben Raymond, author of Playing the Game Without a Coach. And by the way, everybody in the audience is going home with a copy of his book. For more information on today's show, log on to drphil.com. Tell us what you think on Facebook and Twitter. So long, Ben. Thank you, man. Guys, thanks for taking the effort to come. Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
A desperate and dangerous situation in Puerto Rico, and help is on the way. How Southern Colorado pitching in with recovery efforts.
For the first time in over a week, I have got sunshine and warmer temperatures in your forecast. Details coming up with First Alert 5.
And we're learning more about the man at the center of an investigation into frightening threats along Mount Herman Road. News 5 tracking every new development as the investigation takes a new turn tonight.
Always watching out for you. This is KOAA News 5 at 5.
Hi there. Thanks so much for joining us on this Friday. I'm Elizabeth Watts.
Good evening. I'm Rob Corkin. We begin with a News 5 alert. Investigators with Indiana State Police in Teller County tonight questioning a man being held on menacing charges about any possible connection to a double murder in that state. Daniel Nations facing felony menacing and reckless endangerment charges here, but is now being questioned in the February murders of 14-year-old Liberty German and 13-year-old Abigail Williams in Delphi, Indiana. Nations, a registered sex offender, has a long criminal history, including convictions on drug, alcohol, assault, indecent exposure, and domestic violence. Our news partners in Indiana spoke with Nations' friends about the kind of life he's led.
He was pretty much living under the underpass, sleeping in my son's car. He never really had a place to stay.
Was he ever scary or violent?
No, not when he was at my house.
Indiana State Police released a composite sketch of a possible suspect tied to those teen murders, and they are now questioning Nations about his whereabouts at the time of their deaths, and they're examining DNA evidence. Now, there are more questions swirling tonight around Nations and reports that he was menacing people in the Monument area with a hatchet. Nations does admit he owns a hatchet, but says he never used it to threaten anyone. He was also in possession of a .22 caliber pistol when he was arrested in Woodland Park.
Now, those menacing reports were made in the Palmer Lake area. That's near where Tim Watkins was shot to death. We've reported on Watkins' death extensively. The well-known cyclist was found dead earlier this month, prompting the El Paso County Sheriff's Office to warn citizens to remain vigilant. We do want to clarify, though, no connection has been made between local authorities, or no connection has been made by local authorities between Nations and Watkins' murder. Following up tonight, 3 days after the license was pulled at the El Pueblo Boys and Girls Ranch over allegations of abuse, former employees got together again.
Yeah, they met at the ranch in Pueblo County for a balloon release this afternoon. News 5's LENA HOWLAND is there. She joins us now with the latest on this developing story. LENA.
Well, although we were told to leave only moments before that balloon release, many of the former employees we spoke with today told us they just wanted to show how heartbroken and sad they were about losing the children that were in their care. At least 24 of those workers now out of a job gathered in the El Pueblo Ranch parking lot, each releasing a balloon to show their love and support of their former residents. They say they felt like they worked together as a family and claim many of these allegations of abuse coming from the Department of Human Services are exaggerated. But when it came to the lack of supervision claims, one former employee did admit staffing has been low. Now, another employee told us that if any of these allegations of abuse happened on camera, the employee would have been fired on the spot. Now, coming up tonight at 6, we're going to hear from some of these former employees coming forward, reacting to the possibility of a permanent shutdown. For now, watching out for you in Pueblo, LENA HOWLAND, News 5.